Hi everybody and welcome to this month's live training, and I hope you're keeping very well. I'm just going to check to make sure that my microphone is working. So I know the video is working, but just 1 second if I can hear my voice. Yeah, it's there. Don't completely trust technology. I monitor the feed from my main computer, my laptop, my phone, because I'm streaming on multiple different networks simultaneously. And well, if one of them breaks down, tough. I can't do anything about it. Anyway, I think I've got the hang of it now, and I use a system called Restream, and I've had it for a few years. Never really started using it until just the last few months. I was using a system called Webinar Jam for years, but it started letting me down, and really like this. I really like Restream. Anyway, welcome. Hope you're keeping very well. Got a very important topic for you today, especially now that we're getting close to the end of the year, and a lot of people at the end of the year look back at the year and often are not very happy with what they've achieved. And I'm certainly, I can relate to this. Certainly years ago, I get to the end of the year, start thinking about what I want to achieve the next year, and always those same things on my list, year after year after year, that we're no closer. We're no closer, and that's it can be very disempowering and get quite disillusioned if you don't see your life progressing. It can be very painful. So today, the subject, as you've seen, is where is the subject? The subject is know what you want, be more successful. Know what you want, be more successful. And it's a fact that if you don't know what you want, if you're not sure on what it is that you want, your life can drift, as we'll discover. And the world's most successful people are always, are really clear on what they want, and that's why they, achieve great things in life. So we look at this subject in a lot of depth, and no matter what position you are in life right now, if you're not clear on what you want, or you are clear, I'll help you gain even more clarity, and that will give you more power and momentum to make the impossible possible. So what will we cover today? Firstly, why people struggle to achieve what they want. A lot of people do really struggle to achieve what they want. And there's 7 reasons, yes, 7 reasons you must set goals. Studies have been done into people who set goals and people who don't set goals, and their lives turn out very differently, as we'll discover. Also, why you must become clear about your goals in life, even if you're not already very clear. And if you're not already clear on your goal, don't worry. I'm going to show you a very simple, really powerful, but very simple method to gain a lot of clarity really, really quickly. And also discover exactly what you want. Well, as I said, even if you're not quite sure, I'm reading behind the camera. I've got a file up there, so I'm reading up the screen behind the camera. So discover what you want, even if you're not quite sure. High performance techniques for doubling your focus. This is a great thing. If we're not very focused, we can be distracted all of the time, and our dreams aren't. We can't progress our dreams very easily. But if we can double our focus at the times that matter, we can take a massive surge forward. And also how to assess your strengths and weaknesses so you know which areas to focus on the most. A lot of people, most people I would say, are not really clear on their strengths and weaknesses. And if you're not clear on your strengths and weaknesses, well, your weaknesses can take over. They can dictate what happens, which is not great. So before we get started, in a few minutes from now, I'm going to go in front of my main video camera. I'll do the presentation there with my clicker and the big screen. But before we do that, I just want to gauge where the group is at in their own personal lives right now in terms of clarity and focus. So I'm going to be looking at in the chat box, and I'd love to hi Brian. I see you in the chat box there. So I'd like you to put your responses in the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10. How clear are you on what you want in your life right now, in your career and your personal life? Most of the time, how clear are you on what you want in life, both career and personal life, most of the time? So give yourself a rating. If you're not very clear, rate yourself low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're really clear on what you want from life, give yourself a higher rating, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because, you know, another way to look at this is, do you just leave most things up to chance or according to what happens, letting the external environment dictate what happens? If you do, give yourself a low rating. But if you're really clear on what you want, give yourself a high rating. I'm looking here at numbers coming in. 9, that's great. 7, great. 3, okay, help with that. 5, 7, 6, 4, 9. A lot of different numbers there. So that's really interesting. So it's clearly focus is something that, or clarity is something in our group today. A lot of people are really clear, a lot of people aren't clear. So it doesn't matter how clear you are, I'm going to help you become even more clear. Or if you're not clear at all, become much clearer. Okay? And just literally within about an hour from now, you'll know exactly what to do. So question number 2 before we get started. If you were twice as focused, what could you achieve that you haven't already achieved? In other words, how might your life be different if you were twice as focused? Okay, just put in your answers there in the chat box on the right hand side. As I say, people are watching on various different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, I think LinkedIn as well, several different places. So I can't see all the responses from all of the channels or networks, but I can see them from Facebook and also YouTube. So I'm seeing a few answers coming in here. A big salary raise, great. So this is if you are twice as focused. What could you achieve that you haven't already achieved? In other words, how might your life be different? So I'm seeing a big salary raise, fantastic. I could finally start my own business, great. I'd take more chances, yeah, absolutely. I'd stop wasting time and make more progress, great. I'd be more confident, wonderful. I'd have a lot more free time, absolutely, absolutely. Because you know what, if we're very unfocused, we waste time, if we want to achieve something really important, something that really enhances our lives, it takes focus. And when I wrote my last book, my last bestseller was about 2017. My goodness, 4 years ago. Wow, long time ago. I need to be super focused and not have any distractions. So, you know, I take my phone off. Well, I was going to say I'd take my phone off the hook, but when the phone's been on the hook for years, I would be uncontactable, switch off my phone, wouldn't go near email or anything like that, and just really focus for 2 hours every morning. I wouldn't look at anything until I got 2 hours of writing done. And it's amazing what you can do when you're focused like that. So in today's session, I'm going to give you something that will help you to see your strengths and weaknesses in every area of your life, so you know which areas need more focus. So you know, it's a really simple technique, a really simple exercise to highlight the areas that you need to give more focus. And it's about working smart rather than hard. We can plod away towards something that we want to achieve really slowly, or we can leap forwards with a lot less energy needed. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to go in there in front of the main camera now. Just 1 second. But before I do that, I'm going to need to blank out this camera. This the microphone will go dead. Video will go dead for a moment, but you will not be disconnected. I'm going to be switching on the main camera in just 1 second. So just stand by. Don't go away. Hi everybody, and welcome to this month's live training. And the topic this month is know what you want, be more successful. Know what you want, be more successful. And if you don't know what you want, it's very hard to achieve the better things in life. And that's one of the hallmarks of highly successful people. They know exactly what they want. And even if you're not quite sure what it is that you want to achieve in your life at this point in time, I'm going to help you become a lot clearer on what it is that really inspires and motivates you and makes you want to achieve better things. I'll help you boil everything down so that you become crystal clear or become clearer on what you want, because it honestly determines everything. So what did we cover last month? Because every month new people are joining us, and just do a brief synopsis because it's possible to go back and watch last month's recording. So we looked at discover your overall purpose in your life, how to find your overall purpose, and how to have greater meaning in life, and a powerful way to find your multiple life purposes, because we don't just have one life purpose, we have multiple in different areas of our life. And also how to have more power and energy in your life, also the certain way to live a life of no regrets. And as I explained last month, at the end of life, and there's been a lot of studies into this that have found that at the end of life, most people have a lot of regrets. And this is very sad. And I showed you a way to be certain to live a life of no regrets. So I hope this is whetting your appetite, if you were not with us last month, to go back and look at the replay. And also I shared how to craft a powerful life mission statement. And that's a statement you look at and repeat to yourself, frequently, preferably daily, that keeps you on target, keeps you moving towards the things that you want in life, so that you do progress, rather than just ending up reacting to changing external circumstances. And there will always be changes in our environment. It's really important to progress your goals. And so what will we look at today? Firstly, why people struggle to achieve what they want. Because let's face it, they do. Most people really struggle to achieve the better things in life. And also, I'm going to share with you the 7 reasons you must set goals. You must set goals. There have been studies conducted that have shown that people who set goals and people who don't set goals, their lives turn out very different. Their lives turn out very differently and people who set goals achieve more of the better things in life. This is fact. It's not just my own ideas. This is fact. And also, I'm going to show you why you must become clear, really, really clear about your goals in life. And I'm also going to show you how to discover exactly what you want, even if you're not quite sure right now. At the end of this session, or hopefully, shortly after it, you'll do this little exercise that will enable you to become crystal clear on your goals. Get even additional clarity, even if you're already pretty clear. And also, how to discover exactly, I just said that, didn't I? How to discover exactly what you want, even if you're not quite sure. And also, I'm going to share with you high performance techniques for doubling your focus, because we live in the age of distraction. Phones going off, and social media, and TV, and radio, and everyone's vying for our attention. It's really important if we want to live a great life and to become really happy and really fulfilled, we need to reduce distraction. And I'm going to show you a way to double your focus, reduce distraction, double your focus. And also how to assess your strengths and your weaknesses so you know which areas to focus on more. Okay, this is dynamite. This stuff really works. And as I mentioned literally every month, what I share not just my own ideas. I will share my own perspectives and experience, but what I'm sharing predominantly has been scientifically proved to work. There's no guesswork needed here. We are at a point in human history where we know the answers to a lot of things, particularly, in the areas of neuroscience and the mind. We've learnt more in the last 10 years than we have in the whole history of humanity. So we're starting to we already know answers, okay? Really important answers that help improve our lives dramatically. So why are these things even important? Well, first of all, you'll be able to get anything you want more easily. That's so important. Everything I teach is about minimum effort, maximum results. The things that matter most. The things that enable you to leap forwards instead of the slow, hard way. And there is a slow, hard way. And, what I teach is not magical formula that, suddenly everything just drops into your lap. That cannot happen. There are no instant things. But, I think so many people, most people, don't understand that small gradual changes over time, just small gradual changes, end up, changing our lives. This is one of the reasons why people don't get started in improving their life, don't get started in chasing their dreams, because they think it's going to be overwhelming, and it can be. But never underestimate the power of small steps repeated. You've heard the expression, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, one single step, and then one more, and then one more. It's not running at 1,000,000 miles an hour till you drop. That just doesn't work. You end up collapsing. So why are these things important? You'll be able to get what you want more easily. You'll have the power to create the exact lifestyle you want, and you'll know how to use your mind to create anything you want. You'll know how to use your mind to achieve your life's biggest goals. So many goal achievement systems and formulas don't teach this. How you think determines everything. It determines everything. And a lot of our thoughts are literally just programmed in, conditioning from our external environment. But when we take the reins of our life, as I say, it's very easy. Just repeated small incremental changes can transform anyone's life. In 1 year from now, things can be completely different. But if you don't get started with those little baby steps and add more baby steps, nothing happens. Okay. So why people struggle with goal achievement? Well, clearly people do. A lot of people really struggle with goal achievement, with getting ahead in life, really struggle in achieving a happier, more fulfilling life. And why is this? Well, people are stressed and have very little time to plan their lives. Most people today are just struggling to get by. At the end of the week, they're completely exhausted, completely burnt out, and they just want to recover. That's totally understandable. Sit up, watch the TV, read a book, just to get away from the tough things. So it's really, it's understandable. People are stressed and they just have little time to plan their life. However, we need to find time and little windows of time. We can do this, and I'll share this with you. And they don't believe it's possible to achieve their goals. That's a big one. And they're afraid of trying in case they might fail, or put in a huge amount of work and then realize, oh my goodness, all that effort and nothing. That's a big fear at the beginning that stops a lot of people. They've already tried goal setting and have failed. There are an awful lot of goal achievement systems out there that simply don't work, or don't work very effectively. As I say, minimum effort, maximum result. That's my motto. But you can work really, really, really hard with almost no results. That describes a lot of people. So if you have been using goal achievement systems in the past that haven't worked, I'm going to be sharing with you something a lot more effective. And why people struggle with goal achievement, they've settled for second best for too many years. And they've got, when you have some setbacks in life and, you want to achieve something and you have a setback and, careers that go wrong, relationships that don't turn out as you'd hoped, people gradually close down their realm of possibility. Close down their belief in what is possible. You ask a small child or even a teenager, what do you want to do when you grow up? In most cases, they will light up and tell you excitedly what they want to achieve, what they're going to do. And they tell you, this is what I'm going to do. That's wonderful. But by the time most people have reached their 30s, early 30s, they've had so many setbacks, they just end up settling for second, third, or even fifth best. That's really sad. Realm of possibility closes down. So I'm going to show you how to change that. And also, people struggle with goal achievement because they think it's too hard to achieve worthwhile goals. Not true. Huge goals are just made up of small incremental steps. Nobody knows exactly what they've got to do at the beginning of a goal. Nobody. But you dip your feet in the water. Just get started. Play around with the idea of this possible goal. Ask yourself, what if I could? And just dip your toes in the water, and you know what? The next step appears. And then the next step magically appears. You keep moving forwards. Stepping stones keep appearing. But if you don't get started, those stepping stones do not appear. And people struggle with goal achievement because they doubt their own ability to change their life, as I've already said. And they're not exactly sure what they want. That's a really big one. That's what we're going to be addressing today. How to find what you really, really, really want. Because that empowers anything you set out to achieve. When you know exactly what you want, and I'll show you a way to become really clear on what you want, it gives so much more meaning and purpose and power into your life. Momentum forwards. The universe then reflects that momentum forwards with synchronicities and coincidences that help you achieve your goal. And also, people constantly give in to their own negative self-talk. I mean, we all have this positive mind. We all have negative ideas and thoughts that come into our mind. Some of them bubble up from the subconscious, a lot of them actually, all those things that you heard growing up, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not good enough at that. We're all conditioned from the moment we're born to believe certain things about our capabilities. And, these limiting beliefs hold everyone back to some extent unless you do something about it. And often a lot of people don't even start achieving their goals or make efforts to achieve their goals because they're worried about what other people will think. What if I try and fail? What will people think? What if I succeed? How will they react to me differently? If I'm wealthy, will they hate me? For example, these sort of things stop people even starting, and they believe they're not even worthy. That's a big one. And that comes from a lot of conditioning. People often don't believe they're worthy. And if you have that belief rattling around in your subconscious mind, even if it's not conscious, it will hold you back, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, most people never even take the first step. And all you need to do is take one step and then another, okay? And of course, there are many other reasons, but these are the principal reasons why people don't even get started. So, the fact is, you must set goals. You must set goals. And as I say, studies have been conducted into looking at people's lives, people who set goals and people who don't set goals. And by and large, whether you set goals or not, your life will turn out very differently. If you don't set goals, generally you will end up reacting to changing external circumstances. External circumstances will decide what happens to you in your life. But if you set goals, you're deciding on the direction you want. And by making those little baby steps, a path opens. It's amazing. People, do you want just to drift through life? A lot of people do. Or do you want to live a really happy, fulfilling life? Choice is completely yours. So, really, the evidence shows that you must set goals if you're to live a better quality of life. So why you must set goals? Well, first of all, if you don't set goals, as I mentioned before, your life can drift and you just react to changing external circumstances, and you can settle for second best most of the time, and you can become very disempowered and very disillusioned with life. Okay, if you don't set goals. So what are the benefits of setting goals? Well, firstly, your goals determine your future. Fact. And your goals enable you to discover what you're truly capable of. Because, when you set a goal, inevitably you'll experience some setbacks. Setbacks that challenge you to grow new qualities and resources within yourself. It could be as simple as developing more resilience. Or, any time you experience any difficulty in life, there is so much growth potential in that. So, if you don't set goals and you just end up reacting to changing external circumstances, you'll probably have less challenges, and as a result grow a lot less, be far less capable, and achieve far less. So, setting goals, you will discover what you're truly capable of, and you'll find that as you continue setting goals and bigger goals, your capabilities increase. So goals, a couple of years from now, goals that you have right now you think are almost impossible, a couple of years from now you think they were so easy, and you'll be setting bigger goals. That's the way it goes. When your capabilities increase, your dreams increase. And I honestly feel human evolution is about becoming the best you that you can become. I think that's one of the most important things in life, to discover our power and make a difference in the world. I'm monologuing, sorry, don't mean to get off the point, but yeah, you'll discover what you're truly capable of when you set goals, and you'll have greater impact and influence. Like you throw a pebble into a pond, calm pond or a lake, and the ripples spread out, concentric rings. As you change, you will have a big effect on those around you. Even if they don't acknowledge it, you will become an inspiration to others. That's what happens when you set goals regularly. And setting goals, obviously, as I said, they help you to overcome your current limitations, and they create forward momentum in your life, and they empower you to create measurable change, and they allow you to create a far better life. You must set goals. We all must set goals. 1 second, I just need some water. To your very good health and amazingly huge goals achieved. Okay. I'm just looking over here to my office desk, and I have a little friend who sleeps in a little bed on my desk. He's a cat. His name is Teddy. And he's curled up in his office desk cat bed, very comfortable one. And he's lying there with his tongue like that, fast asleep. Anyway, so that's why you must set goals. So, do you know exactly what you want? Do you know exactly what you want, or are you not quite sure? Because unless you become clear on your goals, nothing much will ever change. It's a hard fact. But when you are aware of that and put that into action in your life, life becomes very different. Life becomes exhilarating. Okay, so what happens by not knowing what you want? I covered a few of these earlier. Long-term effects of a lack of clarity. Firstly, you will have less energy. You will have low energy. You won't be very enthusiastic, and your energy is fragmented. Your energy is fragmented. Compare that to having a really clear goal. Your energy is focused in a direction. And long-term effects of a lack of clarity, your life can drift. You can be very prone to complaint. It's easy for them, and it's very easy to develop a really complaining attitude. It's the government's problem, it's this and that. instead of taking responsibility. You can create anything you want in life, and if there's nobody else's fault if you don't. Nobody else's. But if we are very unclear on what we want, our tendency is to complain because we start listening to those negative inner thoughts a lot more. And if we're not very clear, we won't be very successful. Okay? And the result is we'll achieve a far less happy life. This is really sad, but this is fact. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we'll have a lot less personal growth because we avoid challenging situations. We won't have challenges. When we set a goal, we will have challenges. That shouldn't scare us, because they're just ways to increase our wisdom and understanding. And it's quite easy to get through most challenges. Very few challenges. If you study, as I have, many people have done, the lives of very highly successful people, it's their challenges that made them extraordinary. They didn't just give up at the first challenge. A lot of people do. They didn't give up at the second challenge. They pushed through and they learned stuff and they achieved their goals. Okay? So if you don't have much clarity, you will end up settling for a life of mediocrity, and possibly always settling for second, third, fourth, or even fifth best. It doesn't have to be that way. So what happens when you have great clarity? Totally opposite. Long-term effects of having great clarity. First of all, you have far more energy, enthusiasm, aliveness, and joy. Your energy will be focused. You'll be far more successful. It allows you to achieve your life's true purpose when you have great clarity. And you'll be able to achieve a far more fulfilling life. And as I said, you'll experience a lot more personal growth, and you'll develop a lot more new skills, and you'll experience the best life has to offer. This is the effect of gaining more clarity, and I'm going to help you gain more clarity on what you want in life today. So having more clarity will change your life. When you're clear on your goals and your life purpose, you can become literally unstoppable. As you know, it's often like a snowball rolling down a hill. It gathers snow, it gets bigger, and it rolls even faster. As you achieve your goals, you gain more capabilities, you will quite naturally want to go even after even bigger things, better things, more fulfilling things. You'll want to help other people achieve their goals. Very empowering, very empowering. So you can become unstoppable. So that's, I think you know now, it's really important to become clear on what you want in life, if you're not already very clear. So how to discover exactly what you want? Actually quite simple. First of all, do a goal brainstorming session. And if you haven't got my bestseller, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, you'll get it on Amazon, the Kindle version, for $1. I'm literally giving it away because it has changed. Must be over 100,000 people's lives at this point. So many 5-star reviews on Amazon. It works because it's not just regular sort of goal achievement stuff. It's just been rehashed. Very much about making use of your subconscious mind, because that's the driver's seat of your life. And there's a simple technique in the book, this is why I'm mentioning it, about doing a goal brainstorming session. And if you're a member of the Secrets of Success mentoring program, just go into the resources section and download a free copy there. I give it away on Amazon for free, but Amazon don't allow that, so I have to give it away for $1. That's the minimum I can do. Anyway, so in the book there's a chapter about, or in part of one of the chapters, about doing a goal brainstorming session. So, are you clear on your short, medium and long-term goals? Are you? Okay? Well, if not, then get a sheet of paper. Just get a single A4 sheet of paper. Get a pen or a pencil and just write out every goal that you would like to achieve in your life. Even goals you've given up on. Goals you had as a kid that you would have loved to achieve but you gave up on. Write it all down. write it all down. You can always cross off later the ones that are maybe a bit crazy that you don't or ones that you don't really want. Okay, but just do a brain dump onto a piece of paper, the things you'd love to do if you had all the capabilities and resources to do so. Okay, write it all down. So create goals for every area of your life, not just one. Create goals for your finances. How much wealth do you want? Your career. What do you want to achieve in your career? What sort of career would you ideally like if you're not already really happy with it? Your relationships. Have goals for your relationships. Have goals for your recreation time, vacations, holidays, all those sort of things. Health. Do you want to improve your health? How do you want your health to be long term? And personal growth. I think personal growth is really fulfilling because it's the doorway that enables all sorts of other things to happen. So, as I say, do a brain dump, literally a brainstorming session. You get a pen and paper and you write down all the things you would love to achieve during your life, at any point in your life, even the stuff that you've given up on. Write it all down, but include all these areas of your life. Okay, that's the first step. So, yeah, goal brainstorming. Create goals for every area of your life: finances, career, relationships, recreation, health, and personal growth. Now, and there it is, repeated again, write down all the things you want to achieve during your life. This is just step by step, okay? Include those things in your life that cause you to suffer by converting each one into its opposite. Why would you do that? Well, I ask everyone I meet, what do you want to achieve during your life? If anything was possible, if you could wave a magic wand and anything were possible, what would you love to do? A lot of people have this blank expression, I don't know really, I'm not sure. Well, I usually follow that first question up. I follow up that first question if they say that with another one. Well, okay, are there any things in your life right now that are causing you to suffer? They always say, yeah, sure, and they list out a whole lot of things. Say, for instance, as an example, you're always skint at the end of each month. You've no money left over to save or invest or, do things you want to do. Well, that's causing you to suffer. You can convert that into a goal very easily. The things in your life that cause you to suffer, you can turn around 180 degrees to create a goal you're really empowered and really feel strongly about, you really want to achieve. So, if you have no money at the end of each month to do better things in life, create a goal so that, you will have so much money at the end of each month left over to save, invest, and do all the better things. Blah, blah, blah. You choose the amount, choose the date by which you intend to have that. Now you've got a goal. If another area of your life is, causing you to suffer, do exactly the same. Bad relationship, goal to have a great relationship by a certain date. Very bad health, always sluggish, always eating bad food. Well, you can create that into its opposite. Create a desire to eat good food, to have abundant health, so you have more energy and you can do more stuff. You can convert any area of your life that's causing you suffering into its exact opposite, to create not just a goal, but a goal that you feel really strongly about. Because if you're suffering about something, creating a goal for the opposite, you'll be really motivated to achieve it. Okay? So once you've done this brain dump, this every area of your life, all the dreams you'd love to achieve, and if you're finding that too hard to come up with, then do this part, converting the things in your life that are causing you to suffer into their opposite. At the end of this, you should have lots of things all over the page, and at that point you can cross off any that don't feel particularly important to you. Okay? Because you don't want to have too many goals where you only put a tiny bit of energy into each one. No, you want to boil this down, okay, compress it. And you repeat this process for every area of your life. finances, career, relationships, recreation, health, and personal growth. This is from my book, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, but it's an exercise that's enormously helpful. It's really clear, it's really simple. 1 hour from now, even 30 minutes, you could have really clear goals. Okay, 1 more second, I need a little bit more water to your very good health again. I'm going to put it back up here. That's the place to put it. Easier to hand. Okay, so step number 2, that's only the first part. This step number 2 is discover your big why for each of your goals. So this is a way of evaluating each one of your goals, seeing if it's really important to you or not. And you can save so much time by not chasing goals that are pretty meaningless and putting more energy into goals that are really worthwhile. Okay, so discover your big why for each of your goals. And you do this by doing what I call the so that exercise. Once again, it's in my book, the so that exercise. So basically, wants are different from needs. I'm very fortunate that when I was tasting the first fruits of my success back in the early to mid 1990s, I discovered quite quickly the difference between wants and needs. I wanted a new top of the range BMW, and I went out and I got one, and it's lovely, it's great, and very quickly, a couple of months later, I would realize, oh my goodness, I don't feel that different inside. I like my new car, it's lovely, but it hasn't really fundamentally changed my quality of life, not really. So I went through a materialistic phase for a few years, and then I discovered the true value of things. The difference between wants and needs. Needs, a need is something that can really enhance your life. A want is just something that you might chase that may or may not give you that much pleasure. Okay, so what do you do with this so that exercise? Okay, at this point you should have crossed off lots of your goals from your brainstorming session, and you should have I don't know, maybe 10 goals that feel really important to you. You might have 20, you might have 5, it doesn't matter. You can use this process several times, each time for one of your goals. So after each goal, add the word so that. So I want a new top of the range car, so that, okay? And write, fill in your own reason after the so that, okay? I want a new top of the range car because it'll, I'll feel even more successful. Huh? Okay, so that, you add another so that, and you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, adding more so that's until you discover your single motivating reason for your goal. And here is where you will discover something interesting. You'll discover either that your goal isn't that important at all, that it's actually helping you to avoid some level of growth. I didn't need a top-of-the-range car to make me feel successful. I thought having it would make me feel more successful. You can drive an old banger, with smoke coming out the exhaust and still feel really successful. You can. You don't need any status symbols or trinkets to prove to yourself that you're successful, or that you're, empowered, or that you're a good person. You don't. So that exercise, I'm just giving you an example of a car. If you do this so that exercise, you find your underlying motivation why you want that thing, and you will find that some of your goals are really meaningful. They're needs, and some are just wants that are very superficial. And the superficial ones you can throw away. Excuse me. So, the result. You will discover if your goal is truly worthwhile, a need, or it's just helping you avoid some change you need to make within yourself, a want. Okay, really, this can save you an enormous amount of heartache and years of effort. Possibly. Okay, So here's an example goal, and I think this is a very good goal, okay? To work half the time for twice the income. If you're not very financially, if you're struggling financially, that's a really good goal to have. To work half the time for twice the income. Think of what all the things you could do with the additional time and the additional income. Wow! You know, it helps you in two different ways. So, example goal, to work half the time for twice the income, so that, once again, I have more free time and I can do whatever I want. So that, and come up with an idea, a reason, so that, I'm giving you one here that I came up with, so that I can learn new things and experience more from life. Why? So that I can discover what I like doing best. Good. Why? So that I can spend more time doing things that I love. Wonderful. So that I can experience more excitement and passion. Why? Why do you want to do that? So that I can live my life to the fullest. This is great. So that I can be deeply happy and truly fulfilled. So this goal can lead to deep happiness and true fulfillment. If those are the answers that you come up with out of your own consciousness, your answers will be different to this particular goal. So that, yeah, and why do you want to be deeply happy and truly fulfilled? So that I can be a positive influence on others, so that they also achieve their goals and become happy. This so that exercise is dynamite, and the result is you will discover your big reason why, or you may find your goal is not really worth pursuing. And you just, if that's the case, you've just saved yourself enormous amounts of wasted time and energy and heartache. Very simple. You know, often the simplest things in life are the most effective. Minimum effort, maximum result, the biggest bang for the buck. What's the one thing you can do that makes the biggest difference? This so that exercise will help you enormously. So, here's a process or a process chart to clarify the exercise. First of all, write down your goal, whatever, your first goal, and add the word so that. After so that, write out your reason why. Repeat this so that process until you find your big why. And the result is you should now have great clarity on worthwhile, meaningful goals and avoid wasting time and energy on goals that may end up being dissatisfying, unfulfilling, or just enable you to avoid things you need to change within yourself. So, simple exercise. Do that with the goal. Do the goal brainstorming session first, then do the so that exercise for each goal on that, and you can carve a new, amazing, fulfilling direction for your life. Okay. So, how to get clarity on goal action steps. So, okay, you've got your goal, you've whittled it down, you've found your deep reason why for each goal. What do you do now? You think, what do I do? What's the first step? It can be overwhelming, all the different possibilities. Well, how do you get clarity on goal action steps? The best way I have found is using mind mapping to discover all your action steps. Now, what's mind mapping? Here's an example. This is my first bestseller called Unlock Gratitude Now, which is it's all about the power of gratitude. And I wrote it, I don't know, 2015. And I just got well, you can use a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, or you can use software like I did. I use a program, it's called iMindMap Ultimate. It's no longer available. I think there's a newer version, but this is perfect for my needs. And there's lots of free mind mapping software as well, but you can use a pen and paper. Simple as that. Anyway, here's the name of my book. That was my goal, okay, to write a bestseller. And there's the name of it. So I thought, what do I want to write about in the book? So I thought, right, mind over matter experiments, that's really important. And I thought, the different experiments, I came up with different experiments that would illustrate the importance of how you think. And then I wanted to include practical exercises in the book, crazy gratitude experiment. And then I thought, what other exercise would make it really tangible and practical for people? Yeah, journaling, yeah, and then goal brainstorming, like I just shared, the power of hypnosis. these are all things that I wanted to include in the book. And then I thought, okay, right, what about the book structure? I don't know anything about book structure. So I went, some of the action steps were to learn about book structure. And there is a structure to every book, and it's really important that it'll be in, roughly that structure, because then it's most meaningful for people and they can really gain from it. Also, how is I going to market the book? Because, writing a book is just the first step. You have to then market it. So I came up with the ideas for marketing it. And then I wanted to include some stories in the book. So I came up with the easy way and the hard way, the hawk and the field mouse, storm on the Amazon when I was there, various different things. So just the act of brainstorming about your goal on a piece of paper. As you get ideas, write them down on the piece of paper, any order, anywhere on the page. And as you think about each one of those ideas, more ideas related to them will come into your mind. And this is the mind mapping is so effective because it mirrors the way neural connections are formed in the brain. Mind mapping is a way to dramatically stimulate your creativity and come up with ideas you would never have come up with otherwise, most likely. So I use mind mapping for all sorts of things, from business plans to books to, it's just wonderful. If there's any project that will require multiple steps and you don't know where to get started, do a mind map, whether it's in software or on paper. So that's that. Now into the high performance section. This is really important. High performance means excelling and succeeding above and beyond standard norms consistently over the long term. This high performance is not the same as peak performance. Athletes must get into peak performance states to run their marathon, but you can't sustain that. High performance is what tools and techniques and strategies do the world's most effective and successful people use to maintain their high levels of success. And you might think they work like crazy, they don't get any sleep. Then that's actually rubbish. That's trash. High performers really focus on adequate sleep because that repairs the physical body and the mind. So, high performance habits. Well, first of all, this is Brendan Burchard. He's the founder of the High Performance Institute. They've done the world's largest study into highly successful people. So this is all scientifically proved. So it's really powerful. So high performance habits, yeah. High performance versus peak performance. As I said, there is a big difference. High performance is about consistently over the long term. So high performers have greater success, fulfillment, aliveness and joy. That's fact, because they do things in a certain way. Okay, so high performers know how to win back time. Okay, because as part of high performance, all the high performers I know, and I know a lot, use some sort of a planner. They don't just do things haphazardly. They usually daily, look at the beginning of the day or the night before, the things that are most important for the next day or for the day ahead. And unless you prioritize like that, you can drift, you can react to changing external circumstances. So, and also winning back time is a big thing, because we all waste time. Now, we all need time to recharge, that's not wasted. But we all have activities that are great, really meaningful, and we all have activities that are less meaningful. So just a little bit of self-evaluation can make miracles happen. And high performers do not multitask. In fact, it's been scientifically proved to reduce productivity by 40% if you're a multitasker. I have had so many people over the years wanting to work for my companies, and they'd send in their CV, their resume, or however you pronounce it. And so many people would, as one of their skill sets, I am a great multitasker. Oh no, multitaskers, it's been proved. The mind can only focus on one thing at a time for maximum, what would you say, productivity in that one thing. If you try to split your energy in, fragmented ways, dramatically reduces your overall productivity. This is important stuff. And high performers generally take breaks, energization breaks, for 2 minutes every 60 to 90 minutes. In between those, that's the sweet spot, between 60 and 90 minutes. So every hour and 30 minutes, take a 2-minute break. Do some gentle exercises, some breathing, and it boosts your energy. And when you go back in front of your desk, if you work in front of a desk like I do, you have more energy, you have more focus. Very, very simple. These are simple things that matter the most. And high performers know how to improve their health, and they take small efforts or big efforts to improve their health. And the effect of that is to reduce stress and burnout. High performance is not working really hard till you drop. It's actually the opposite. It's working within the confines and needs of your physical body and your mind. Okay? And I mentioned, daily success planning, because when you plan each day, it can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you'll find you'll achieve your goals faster. So that's what high performance is all about. So Brendan Burchard's high performance clarity questions. So this is a high performance perspective on becoming clear. So 6 questions that can give you greater clarity. So you've 2 ways of doing this, using my strategy, goal brainstorming, and the so that exercise. And here's another way you can do it. I suggest you do both. 6 questions that give you greater clarity. Number 1. Now, you don't need to write answers to these down right now, because I'm going to give you a download link of the PDF of all the slides in this presentation at the end of this presentation. So I'll give you a link that you can just click, and everything will download, and you'll see all these questions. So if you've been taking frantic notes, apologies, I should have said this earlier. Everything is in the download. So, number 1, what are you most certain about in your life right now? Okay, it's important to get clear on that. Number 2, what areas do you feel less certain about? Write them down. Number 3, what do you value the most in your life right now? Write it down. Number 4, do you feel clear about who you are and what's most important? Answer that question. Number 5, are you living in alignment with and congruent with the best of who you are? Answer that one. And number 6, if you had to tell someone the 5 things that make you most successful, what would you say? We're all successful at something. We're all successful at something. You can be a great listener. You can be great at baking cakes. You can be great at, your hobbies or your work. What are you great at? And if you had to tell someone the 5 things that made you most successful in that endeavor, what would you say? There's great learning in this. There's great learning in what makes you most successful, because it enables you to focus in more clearly and utilize those qualities that you already have within yourself. So this is a clarity chart. Now, how do I explain this? These are 9 words that you're going to choose for yourself that will keep you on target. Okay, that will keep you, achieving, moving forwards in your life. So 9 words that maintain your day-to-day clarity, bring the clarity back. That's what these words will do. So there's 3 areas of your life that we're going to cover. First of all, self. This will make perfect sense in a moment. The 3 words that I will now define the 3 words that will now define the best of who I am, and and that I will use to guide my personal life, including my thoughts, include the ones that I've chosen. The 3 words that I've chosen for me are motivating, inspiring, and empowering. I need to be motivating. I need to be inspiring. I need to be empowering because of what I do. So those are the 3 words that I have chosen to define the best of who I am. or want to be, okay? So these could be words that you want to grow into, okay? So you choose 3 words that will be most meaningful to you, that define the best of who you are and that you will use to guide your personal life from now on, okay? Take a bit of time at this. You know, you don't have to do it all at once. You can think about these words over a day or two, come up with the best ones. Interactions, how you interact with others. The 3 words that will now define and guide how I will engage and treat others whom I meet in life, including my loved ones and strangers, include the ones that I've chosen for me, that I feel are most meaningful for me, are caring, attentive and appreciative. I want to be caring, attentive and appreciative in all my interactions with everyone. Do I fail miserably from time to time? Of course I do. You know, life is life, and you know, we have different things happening in our life all of the time. But by programming these words, these characteristics, these qualities into myself, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment, it enables you to become these qualities a lot more easily, okay? And then 3rd, success markers. The 3 words that will now remind me of what it is that made me most successful and will make me even more successful include, as I say, we're all successful at something. The ones I have chosen are clarity, determination and consistency. These are 3 things that have enabled me to be very successful and to maintain that success and increase it. I have great clarity, I am very determined, and I am very consistent. So those are the words I chose a few years ago, and they're still the most, I feel, the most appropriate to keep guiding me forwards, or to be my 3 words to keep me on track, okay? So what do you do with these? Well, oh yeah, first of all, you use your phone if you have an iPhone or Android device or any type of phone. One of the great capabilities of our phones is that they have alarms. They can remind us to do things at certain times of the day. So I suggest you keep yourself on track by setting phone reminders. So maybe at 10 a.m. you up on your phone will flash your first 3 words, and then a few hours later you have your phone flash up the next 3 words, and then a few hours later you have your phone flash up another 3 words. And when that happens each day, it has massive effect on your subconscious mind. Repetition changes what's inside, and your subconscious mind is in the driver's seat of your life. Gradually you will become these things. It's amazing. It's not just using your conscious mind. You know, making use of your subconscious mind is the smart and easiest way for massive change. Our conscious mind is quite limited. So, but I'm going to show you another way to powerfully, what would you say, install these as programs into your subconscious mind that then work on autopilot. So before I show you how I do that, or how we can do that, firstly, I don't know if you know anything about acupuncture. It's a form of medicine used in the Far East for thousands of years. In the Western world, it is covered by most insurance policies, health insurance policies, simply because it works. The insurance companies are not going to cover acupuncture if it doesn't work. No way! So it works. It's been scientifically proved to work. So first of all, neuroscientists estimate that our lives operate at least 95% from subconscious programs. Just like I said, your subconscious mind is in the driver's seat of your life, and all your major successes and failures are as a result of your subconscious beliefs. Okay, so the subconscious mind defaults to protecting ourselves. Okay, that's what it is more or less designed to do, to protect you. Okay, but it hijacks our body and emotions by creating the stress response. Okay, if we are in an environment where we're about to be eaten by a lion, that's a very good thing. But most of the time, hijacking our body and emotions and creating stress is not what we want. But because it's such a primal, what would you say, program, it runs a lot of the time, and it causes a lot of problems. In fact, science says that today, or medicine says that stress is the biggest killer because it causes all sorts of illnesses if not treated long term. Okay, so this stress response, it can be combated by tapping on the acupuncture points, various acupuncture points. You think, what? That sounds so simple. It is so simple. So, what are acupuncture points? Well, firstly, they were viewed in the laboratory way back in the 1960s. And if you go to an acupuncturist, and I've gone to a few many times over the years, and they place needles at various different points of the body that are quite different from other points of the body. They were observed in laboratories using Doppler ultrasound and thermal imaging, and they're noticeably different from other points of the body. Okay, and they have high density nerve bundles and muscle trigger points, whatever they are. Okay, so basically, as I mentioned, acupuncture points have been used by Chinese medicine for 2,000 years. You can imagine that your body has all these rivers of energy, known as qi or prana or ki, depending, what part of the Far East you may come from. It's all the same thing. Literally, rivers of energy move around the body, and sometimes those rivers of energy can get disrupted due to physical trauma or accidents or emotional stuff. The energy that should be moving in a certain way is diverted. So an acupuncturist, it's like, putting some stones in a small stream. It can divert the water, it can divert the energy back to the way it should be moving. So the acupuncturist does that with needles. It strengthens or diverts energy. So also these acupuncture points can carry, they carry information between the body and the subconscious mind. Okay, and tapping on various acupuncture points have been found to produce a 24% drop in cortisol, the stress hormone. This scientifically proved. You tap on certain acupuncture points and it reduces stress. Amazing. But that's not all. Tapping releases endorphins, so you feel more positive, and it boosts energy, it boosts concentration, creativity, and sleep. Amazing effects. And it can overcome ingrained beliefs and install new instructions or programs into your subconscious mind. This is why I'm mentioning all this, because you can use tapping to program into your mind the words that you chose for yourself. Self-interactions and success markers. The ones I said: caring, attentive, appreciative, motivating, inspiring, empowering, clarity, determination, consistency. Those are my nine words, and I can tap them into various parts of the points of the body. So let me just show you this: how to tap your words, yourself, your interactions, and your success markers when you have chosen the best words for you. Looking at them on your phone, several times a day will have an effect on your subconscious mind. They will become more automatic. You will become those qualities more. But it's even more powerful if you install those words as instructions by tapping. Okay, so I'll show you using, as an example, motivating, inspiring, empowering. Those are the words that I've chosen of what I need to show up in the world as. I need to be motivating, I need to be inspiring, I need to be empowering. So you just get your, both hands, close the fingers, curve the palms slightly, and you start above the eyebrows. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. 3 times. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Next one is under the eyes, just the bone under the eyes. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. You don't need to go backwards and forwards like me. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like from, you know, the front and the side view. Now next, under either side of the nose, underneath the nose, okay? The upper lip, just above the upper lip. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it as best as you can. Next is either side of the chin. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Next is behind the ears. I'll turn around to show you this. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Next is the back of the head. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Motivating, inspiring, empowering. Next, the top of the head, motivating, inspiring, empowering, motivating, inspiring, empowering, motivating, inspiring, empowering. And now around the collarbone, just around about here, yeah, you can feel your collarbone there. Motivating, inspiring, empowering, motivating, inspiring, empowering, motivating, inspiring, empowering. So when you're used to this, that literally takes you about a minute, you know, and that has an even more powerful effect. More powerful than your phone going off, but I suggest you do both. The alarm on the phone, I suggest you do both. It's that simple. So, okay, focus. And more questions to help you gain more clarity in your life. Focus. Number one, what areas in your life would you say you need more focus from right now? What areas what areas in your life would you say need more focus from you right now? It's important to gain this perspective. Number two, what are your 3 biggest goals in your personal life over the next 3 months? Get clear on that. Number 3, why are these important to you? Okay. Number 4, what are your 3 biggest goals in your professional life over the next 3 months? Number 5, why are these important to you? Number 6, are there any areas of your life where you feel your focus is being stolen away by distractions or competing interests? Very good to get this perspective. So, this is a self-evaluation. This will give you even greater clarity in each area of your life. So, number 1, what areas of your life do you feel you have a really good handle on right now? Are there any areas of your life that have needed improving but you have been avoiding improving them? Number 3, are there any areas of your life that you feel are out of control right now? So agency, now next one is habits, okay? Do you feel you have any daily or weekly habits that you feel are moving you towards a better life? Habits are really, really important because they can become almost automated. Number 2, are there any habits that you've always wanted to start or restart? Fill in the blank. Number 3, if you were going to be 10 times more successful this year than you were last year, what habits would you need to start implementing now? This gives you great perspective. Answer that one as well. So, this is called Life Arenas Assessment. This is an assessment that will help you enormously. So this assessment will help you see your strengths and weaknesses in each area of your life so you know which areas you may need to focus on more. Most people never do this and have no idea what areas or what strengths and weaknesses they have. This helps you become really clear so you can do something about it. So, below are several areas of your life to consider when trying to assess your strengths and weaknesses. With each category, give yourself a rating of 1 to 10. After you complete all categories in scaling, find out your overall score and its implications by adding up all your ratings. This is fast, this is quick, this is easy. So number 1, well, first of all, if you agree with each statement, you give yourself a ranking from 1 to 10. 1 means you don't agree with the statement. Number 10, you very much agree with the statement. So here are the statements. Health, in the area of health, in your life arena of health. I feel my overall physical and emotional health, my well-being is primed and optimized to make me feel energetic, motivated and strong each day. I have the mental and physical stamina to deal with life's challenges and opportunities. I regularly take care of myself so that I feel my best. Give yourself a rating of how much you agree with that statement for you. So that's health. Now in the area of lover, I feel a consistent, deep, trusting, appreciative, soulful, loving connection with my significant other. I am patient, respectful, and attentive to my partner's needs. Give yourself a rating for that one. Number 3, family and friends. My immediate social circle of family and friends brings connection, fun, and positive energy into my life. I seek out positive people and I do my very best to bring positive energy and real authenticity into all my relationships. Well, how would you rank yourself in that? You ever, circle one of these. Mission, your mission in life. I feel clear, energized, and fulfilled by my work and contributions to the world. I believe my work or day's efforts adds real value to the world and is a true reflection of my best efforts and contributions. I enjoy the lifestyle my work is helping me experience in life. Give yourself a rating. How much you agree with that? Now, let's move on to finances. Very important one for most people. I have the level of abundance I need to have a stable income and lifestyle I desire for myself and my family. I earn and invest at the levels I had hoped for at this time of my life. I have a clear vision for improving my finances and lifestyle in the next few years. How would you rate yourself in that? Most people would rate themselves quite low. That's fact. Hobby. I have a passionate pastime that allows me to express, enjoy, or develop myself outside of my job or career. I give enough time to the things I love in life. Rate yourself. And spirit, I feel connected to the present moment and vitally alive in my spirit. I am congruent with my beliefs and behaviours, and I keep my faith and values at the forefront of my decisions and my daily actions. Give yourself a rating. So what do you do with all these ratings? You add up the numbers. You add up each of the numbers. You've given yourself a number for each one of these. You add them up. Maybe a 5 here, maybe a 7, maybe a 10. So add those up. Add up all the numbers and total them. Total them. So your total score, put it in here. Add the numbers to get your total score. And now, this is the interesting thing. If in tallying all of your ratings, you didn't end up with a score of at least 50, then it's likely you have not been firing on all cylinders this year. If your score is 80% or above, you're already a high performer. Fantastic, well done. But spend some time looking at each area of your life that didn't get a score of at least 7 and ask yourself, what habit or action could I begin to increase my score and my happiness in this area? This is dynamite. In other words, do the hard work of thinking about how to increase your ratings. If you did score 8 or more in any area, then ask yourself, how can I ensure my momentum in this area? And can I apply it? And can I apply any lessons I've learned in this area to any of the others to improve them? Very, very, very good exercise. It's an exercise that will take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You gain such perspective as a result, and then you have something with which to work on, something with which to use to improve your life dramatically. So, what did we cover today? Because we're getting to questions and answers. And in a moment from now, I'm going to go back in front of my desktop computer beside my friend Teddy the Pussycat in his office desk bed. He's all curled up still. And although he did come down to my feet there earlier. So ask me anything. Ask me anything about this session, anything we've covered today, or anything that you would like help with, or you feel that I can help you with, or that I might have the answers to. I'm here for you. So I'm going to go in front of the computer in a moment, but just brief synopsis or just what we covered today. First of all, why people struggle to achieve what they want, the 7 reasons you must set goals, why you must become clear about your goals in life, and how to discover exactly what you want, even if you're not already quite sure, and high performance techniques for doubling your focus, how to assess your strengths and weaknesses so you know which areas need more focus. That was the last exercise. So, recommended resources, 2 books that I suggest you get. Brendan Burchard's High Performance Habits, and my own bestseller, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World. And also Unlock Gratitude Now, but this is much more on topic of what we're covering in these sessions. So it's over to you. I'm going to blank out this camera and microphone for just a moment. Don't go away, because my webcam on my desktop computer will spring to life. So just bear with me 1 second and get those questions ready. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. And I just want to make sure that you can still hear me. I have my laptop here. When I switch cameras, sometimes it doesn't work. Well, in the past. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, ever since I moved from Webinar Jam to this, I do it with trepidation because a couple of times in the past, before I switched to Restream from Webinar Jam, the whole broadcast broke down when I moved. Anyway, all good for now. First thing I want to do is give you the, it's going to paste into the chat here, a PDF of all the slides in today's session. So that should be appearing in YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this. I'm monitoring the stream here in YouTube. Yep, that's appeared there. Okay. So let's look at questions. Let's look at questions. First question is from Claire. Hello, Claire. Thank you for today. It was really helpful. Whenever I've set a goal, I either haven't achieved it, or I end up changing my mind after a few months because nothing much has happened. I'm getting really disillusioned. Is there an easier way? I get really disillusioned. Is there an easier way where we are guaranteed results? Well, nothing in life is guaranteed, but I don't know what goal achievement system you've used up until now. I mean, what you described sounds awful, and I completely understand what you're saying, because certainly in my early 20s, right into my mid 20s, I hated the words goal achievement or setting goals, because it just felt like it's like one of those words like self-discipline weighs your shoulders down. Sounds so heavy and serious, but unfortunately there are a lot of systems out there that just don't work, or if they do, they're pretty useless. I mean, there's one system that so many people seem to use, and it's called the SMART goal system, and it's people in business are very familiar with it. It's been around for years, but the SMART goal system is okay if you're just chasing mediocre goals, but goals that excite you, that light you up, it's terribly limiting. It's terribly limiting. So I don't know what goal achievement system you've used. I would suggest going to Amazon, getting my bestseller, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, because we all give up. We all give up and become disillusioned unless we see evidence that what we're doing is actually working. We all need proof. We all need proof. Blind faith is not enough when it comes to setting goals and achieving them. You need evidence that the efforts you're making are bearing fruit. And that's why my own system, Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, that's why it's so powerful, because you get results right from the start. Very simple formula that's designed to give you wins right from the beginning. And I'm certainly not willing to do anything or set a goal myself if I don't think it's possible to achieve it. If I'm not getting feedback that my efforts are resulting in some positive changes, there's no point. So I hope that helps. Use the system that works, and I think you find you once you get those small wins right from the start, instead of being disillusioned, you become empowered. And as your capabilities grow, and as your, what would you say, your your confidence in your own ability, as it grows, you can set bigger and bigger and bigger goals. I mean, it's not possible to, you know, jump from, 2 feet in the air right up to the moon. You have to jump 2 feet, then 3 feet, then 4 feet, and maybe then build a rocket. So, our, we all have these subconscious beliefs about what's possible and what's not possible for us. And if we have a lot of conditioning and a lot of programming that's telling us we can't achieve something, even if we believe consciously we can, our subconscious programming and conditioning and beliefs always win out. So we need to stretch our lives gradually, get those wins, build self-confidence, and keep doing that. And after a couple of years, you'll be setting goals that right now may appear impossible to you. That's the nature of goal setting. It's extraordinary what we can achieve, and most people get overwhelmed. They think, okay, I want to set a big goal, and then they get overwhelmed with all the different possible things that they need to do to achieve. Where do you start? All you need is the first baby step, and with lots of determination, another baby step appears, another baby step appears. It's like the baby steps magically appear in front of you as long as you dip your toes in the water, as long as you get started. The momentum forwards starts everything. It starts everything. It invokes from the universe around you things that will help you achieve your goal. So it's almost seems like magical, but it's just you maneuvering your life in a specific direction that gains enormous power. So I hope that helps, Claire. And yeah, test this for yourself. Test this for yourself and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear. So now let me see. Next one is from Mark. Thanks for today's training. Very illuminating, especially the tapping technique. I like what you said about brainstorming my goals and doing it for every area of my life. Would mind mapping also help with this goal brainstorming and not just for finding my action steps? Certainly. I mean, I use brainstorming. I use mind mapping for all sorts of things. It's for brainstorming my books, for my training programs, for business growth plans, goals, projects, software ideas, you name it. But a simple pen and paper, pen and paper is all we need. That's all you need. You can change your life just by brainstorming with pen and paper. That's the power of pen and paper. I hope that helps, Mark. Another couple of questions. A question from Susan. Hello, Susan. I've been in your Secrets of Success mentoring program for the past 6 months, and it's completely changed my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's wonderful to hear. I love getting feedback, and that's made my day. Thank you, Susan. And Susan goes on to say, I love the way every month you add a new course into our members area, and I've got so much out of these. I know that at some point we will all get a copy of your course called Goal Hacking. I also know you have it on special offer now for $497. But when do the Secrets of Success members get it for free? In other words, after how many months will Goal Hacking appear in my members area? Well, you get it actually, I think it's after 11 months. I think it's the 11th or the 12th month. But after 11 months, so is that 12 months? Anyway, you get it after 11 months. It'll magically appear in your Secrets of Success members area. So I hope that helps. 2 more questions for now, unless you get your last question in, or get your question in. This is from John. Hello, John. And John says, thanks, Mike, for today's live training. Really helpful. Quick question. Where can I get a copy of your daily success planner? Well, you can get it in the book here. As I say, I can't give it away for free on Amazon, but you can get it for $1, the Kindle version, almost for free. But also, if you're a member of the Secrets of Success, you can log in and you can download a copy there. And inside the book, you find the daily success planner in the high performance section. The chapter is called Be a High Performer. So John, I hope that helps. A question here from Frank. Hello, Frank. Do you have any new books coming up in the near future? Loved your last two. Oh, no, I'm afraid not, Frank. Just no time to write. I so much want to get back to writing, but I'm working on a couple of really big projects right now, one huge one. And realistically, I think it's going to be, well, about 2 years before I write the next one. So, but I look forward to that day. So I think that's it for now. I don't see any more questions. So finally, thank you again for joining me today. I hope you found it helpful. If you are watching the replay, then you can still post a question in the chat box on the side of the page. It doesn't go away. It's all there. Or you can send me an email. So stay safe. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next month. Bye-bye.